This is why I lost all the Freon. You see this? Look at the it's, yeah, it up. So it up the line, it up the high line, high pressure line. The reason is this one here, that's hold the line, it broke off, but the auto repair shop did not fix it, and as a result, it was just when you drive, it was bouncing. You see that? It was bouncing up and down on that screw, and then and it up the line. And look at the Freon on the water hose. That's why we lost the Freon so fast. So now we gotta replace this. Jesus. Hello guys, we are working on AC system. So there's a leak. This is a 2018 Honda SI, Civic SI. And so I parked it for 2 months, and then everything was fine. AC was fine. Then started driving it, and there was no AC. So I was confused as to what happened. So even the compressor would not come on because there was zero Freon in the system, refrigerant. So this is a they changed the type of Freon on this car. It takes the 1234YF, which is more expensive, and then also the ports are different too, because 134A, the port the adapter will not fit. So I ended up buying new port and a new Freon. So I put a stop leak in there. I managed to have the compressor clicked on. There are videos online how to do that, how to bypass it. So that's what I did, and I bought a stop leak for $60 at the one of the auto parts. Put it in there, it worked, and then the next day, there was no Freon. It was hot again. So today I just pulled the car in, and I bought a dye because I was going to figure out where the leak is, because it has to be some serious leak. I bought the dye, and the dye was $30 on eBay. But if you buy it one of the auto parts, you'll probably at $150 they quote me. But anyway, here's where we are right now. I brought the car in to get ready to put the dye. Doing my usual inspection, I follow the line, and I see so far everything is fine. This is the low pressure line, and then this is the high. So I'm just following the line because that has to be where the leak is going down. And then so here's what I found the problem is. You see, this is the low pressure line. Go down this way, and then let me see if I can, the camera, click on it. Okay, there we go. You see this? See that? This is the low pressure line. Look at that. That's why I was hearing music every time I play. I drive. You see? You see this? You see this? That's the low pressure line. That's bouncing on the screw. On the screw. So it ate up. You can see it's ate up, and then you can see the Freon. You see the Freon on there. So what happened was this car was involved in an accident, and I took it to an auto body shop, and they worked on it. So here's what happens. That's the AC, and then here, see that? This is where the adapter, it's supposed to go in to hold it. They didn't put it. It was loose. They did not tie it into the chamber where it's supposed to be here. And you see now I put it back in there. You see it stays, but they didn't do that. It was out, and then as a result, it was just bouncing. It was bouncing on this, and caused all the freon to go free. So now I know the problem. You see all the freon, so that's why I lost all the freon. So now I have to buy this low line, the high, sorry, the high pressure line. Did I say low? The high pressure line. I have to buy this, and then also figure out how to install it. Back to the dealership this morning, and this is the part number. Okay, it's okay, and this is the high pressure line, and so it cost me $112, including taxes, from the Honda dealership. So this is the high value part, through OEM. This is the Honda, and then I found out where the bottom one is it's connected. It's inside here, the compressor. It's inside. Oh, there we go. You see it. This is it. And so what we have to do is we have to take the bumper out to have better access to it. Right, this is my mechanic. Is my understudy. He's removing the clips to get the bumper out. There might be a better way to get to the compressor, but again, we're doing this for the first time, and so we're learning. So I get back once we take the bumper out. Okay, so this is the front bumper, the bumper cover. It is out, of course, it's out, and so it'll be a lot easier now to work on this to replace the this part here, the pressure line, and here it is. You see, that's a high pressure line. This is it. So we have great access to it. It is connected to the condenser. So it's easy right now to get to it. We just have to unbolt this, and then from up here, undo this, and then after that we just jiggle it out. So this is what it's going to do. See how easy it was? So we just got this one disconnected, and it's a matter of jiggling this out. And the same way we'll get it out is the same way we'll get the other one in. All right, we finally removed the old one, and so let me see if I can focus. And this is where the problem is. And this one is deeper. It's a deeper hole than that one. So under pressure, it comes out here. But since I've already have the die, I will put the new one and then put the die in there, and so to run a leak test and see if maybe if we have any other part where there is any leak. Since we already have the bumper out, so it's best to do that first. This is the bottom part, and this is the top one we reinstalled. And then this bracket here, because the clip was broken, so I use a zip tie. So and the zip tie will keep it from bouncing off this this bolt or screw the way the other one did. So now I'm going to put the dye in there and to run a leak test. Okay, now we're going to put the Freon and the dye. The dye, even though it says the dye I bought is not compatible. It's supposed to be. I'm looking for it. Yeah, it's the wrong. You see, the dye is. It says 1234 YF, but the adapter here, this is 1224 A. So I don't know. This is labeled wrong because this is the proper the proper gauge, and it will not fit. Yeah, you go ahead and start.
The key's not in here.
Okay, so now we started putting Freon in it. All right, so after one can, this is where it is on the green. So this is it for now. I'm not going to add any more to it. So now we are going to put the bumper cover back, and so once everything is done, and I'll just show you the finished product. But essentially, we are done. We put the Freon, just one can, and car is cold. So since I don't have the dye to do the test, and the test will be for the next couple of days as I drive it, or even tomorrow morning, and if the Freon stays. Well, this is more than 24 hours later, and I drove the car today, and I'm actually in it, of course. And so the Freon stays. It did not leak out. So basically, that yeah, that part was the one that that was bad. So we have AC. So let's see. It's so cold now. I have it on 775. But again, it is fine. So mission accomplished. Thank you for watching. I saved a lot of money though. A lot of money, because this job would have cost me $3,000 at the dealership, and probably $1,500 at those mom and pop stuff or places. Thank you.